And right now, it's the kid, Kinfolk, you know what I'm saying? Your favorite Kinfolk, Jay. I'm here with Rico right now at the Charlotte Media Girls Network. But right now, bro, I need you to go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell everybody who you are, where you from, what the fuck you do, big dog.
Hey man, it's your boy RiccoBarrino, the one and only. For those of y'all who know me, y'all already know what I've done. If you don't, I'm the man behind Futuristic Love when it started out. I'm also the man behind I Stay Getting That Work from California. Yeah.
Hey, he'll give you something live right here, right now, man. So what's something that you done seen today that you feel like you could really take away from the event?
Black power, women's empowerment, the way they coming together. Everybody, look, so beautiful. I mean,
Yes,
women everywhere, and I just love to see the way they handling their business. And they did it on a scale. They did it on a bigger scale. Like, I just want to let people know if you're not here, that all the big events like BET, MTV Awards, the ladies really stepped up today, and I feel like I'm at an award show.
That's deep, yo. So to all the black women that even set this up, to all the black women that's here in attendance, all the women, matter of fact, that's a strong shout out to y'all because y'all really did y'all thing. So black man to black man, though, I want to ask you, what's something that you've seen from the cohesiveness of the women here that you would like to see among our community with just, you know what I'm saying, being men?
Us getting together, I think, like, for me, I feel like it's so many black women. See, black women or women in general, they pay close attention to particulars. So they'll know most of the time if something is a fraud.
Right.
I think for my young black men out here, I think we get caught up in the hype of music and wanting to be on a certain level to impress a female or whoever you trying to impress. And you got to realize when it's just entertainment and what's real life. I feel like for black brothers, just like young black sisters, everybody, every woman, every female don't want to be a stripper. And then shout out to my strippers because you go get it. I love y'all. You know what I'm saying?
I love y'all too.
But it's a lot of females that want to be doctors and lawyers or be in the entertainment business and taking serious. We got black females who are in the NFL now who are coaching. You know what I mean? That's impressive. So I think for the fellas, as far as the young black men, I feel like we need to step our game up and realize what are our strengths. You know what I'm saying? You can do music. I feel like everybody was born in a way to do music. Music is in us all. Right. But I feel like sometimes you have to kind of stick to your true calling. You know what I'm saying? Because you'll find yourself hurt when it don't happen.
Now, I'm glad you said that, bro, because I want to touch on what you just said about the women who start off and maybe they not in a position where they want to be, like they want to be lawyers and doctors. So what's a little piece of advice or some motivation that you would give them for those that have to start at step A in order to advance to step B?
I just say for my young ones, and I know it's so easily said and done, but for my young females, just like for my young males, don't spend a lot of time consuming what you see on television. It's only mirrors and smoke. This is all entertainment. What I do is entertainment. I entertain people. We give you a look. You got to know what's real and what's fake. And sometimes you start glorifying something and wanting to be like something, but you don't realize the darkness behind it. You know what I mean? Just like dancers go through a lot, rappers, producers go through a lot. So my advice would be, really, pray about it and find your passion. Yeah. What do you see yourself doing a lot? Not what do you see yourself doing when you watch TV, because we all know we watched a movie and after that movie, it made us feel a certain type of way. You watch Scarface and you felt like a gangster for 5 minutes. Like, oh, you feel what I'm saying? But you had to realize that was acting. You know what I mean? And the world is real. So you reap what you sow.
Well, that's big, man. I don't have no more questions. I'm going to pass it to my partner in crime, Trap Sid.
Hey, y'all. It's your girl, Trap Sid. You already know what I come to do, what the fuck I come to say. I'm coming to get some little tea. So my first question for you today, being that this is a woman empowerment event, how important do you think it is for the males to support women?
Very important. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we gonna be considered to be the kings and the protectors, we have to learn to support. You know what I'm saying? Because it only makes you guys grow. You know what I mean? I think like it's a very big cosign, which is why I'm here today.
So do you have anything in the works right now for 2020 that you can tell us about?
Constantly writing. Let's just say my last feature, I just did a record with Kelly Price. I don't know when it's coming out, but we did a record together. I got 2 records that's getting ready to come out spring and summer. One is called Baby, which is Actually, we have a Black Zach feature. I guess for some of my rappers, you know who Black Zach is. And then we got another one that's called Let's Dance. You know, it's more mature. It's more, you're going to hear it at the day parties. You're going to hear it at receptions. You're going to hear it. You know, I wanted to kind of give both sides. I mean, you got Ratchet Rico and then you got RiccoBarrino.
Okay, I like that. Ratchet Rico and RiccoBarrino. Okay then, shit. So my last question for you today is, I'm gonna focus more on the songwriting aspect. What piece of advice do you have for up and coming songwriters? Because there's not, a lot of black face in songwriting, and a lot of people don't know in the music industry that a lot of white people write songs for black people. Right. So how important do you think it is for black people to see a black face in the industry as far as songwriting goes and up and coming, and what piece of advice do you have for them?
I feel like it's very important, all because in our industry, everybody wants the black face to represent the artist. And just like I was telling my man, it's almost like being in a pit crew and you got a winning team and y'all racing a car. Just because you're not the driver doesn't mean that you don't make the team successful. You might be the guy to put the wheels on or the motor in, and that's your important job. So I feel like it's very important to have, for those key components, because you got to realize that mainstream, which most people would say white folk, they look at us. If you go and listen to a country song right now, you'll hear hints of hip hop and R&B.
So before we go, can I just go ahead and get your socials one time for the people?
I make it real simple, people. RiccoBarrino, RiccoBarrino. Again, that's RiccoBarrino.
Well, thank you so much for your time. We enjoy having you today. This has been another interview with No Advisory Podcast. We out. Bang.